Hello, world. Welcome to Onside Takes. Week 1 is behind us, and I don't know about my co-hosts, but I'm craving so much more. I'm your host, Caden. Joining me are my co-hosts, Tim.
Oh.
And Caleb.
What's up?
Going into our teams, Jets fans are mentally confused as they witness an amazing game, but are ultimately let down. Once again, Vikings got jumped on early by the Bears, but the icy veins of JJ McCarthy were too much for the Bears to stop. And lastly, Ravens fans are on suicide watch after the team snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory.
You did not read that one ahead of time.
Yikes.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, our script's a little off, but regardless, Ravens fans are on suicide watch.
Yeah, that was the main point, so you did get that.
That was the main point.
Yeah.
First up, the Vikings. Only winner this week.
Yes, we are here. The Vikings have done it. We have won the week 1 game, and as I said last week, I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. My hopes were up, but not too crazy because we had no expectations. But it was a roller coaster ride. I'm sure the whole world was watching. Everyone on Twitter was quick to jump on the results of the game before the game even ended. Lots of hate tweeting out there. It was a little bit unnecessary, but we'll get into it. So this game we'll break it into 2 parts. We'll talk about the first 3 quarters and the fourth quarter.
Okay, so can I talk about my first 3 quarters too? Is that an option?
You can do whatever you want, Tim. There's no rules.
Okay.
I mean, first 3 quarters are essentially the same thing. We were, like I said before last week, we were prepared to give. I was prepared to give JJ grace for any bad play. Honestly, up to the whole year. Like, I still am. He's a rookie. I mean, what you have to give him at least 2 years. So, like, the first year is kind of just a trial run. You don't know.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold, with how he performed, there is some expectations.
No, but he's not a rookie.
Yeah, but I'm saying
that's true. Sam Darnold, Viking legend.
Darnold goes like that. Well, then I feel like expectations are higher because it's not like you're in a bad situation.
Right. I mean, I'm expecting 14 wins, but I'm also giving him grace.
Okay. I see. Okay, it makes sense.
Like we're wanting a good season, but like when he throws a pick 6 to end a game, I'm gonna have to be like, that sucks, rookie quarterback. Move on next week. Where like this week, the first 3 quarters was that sucks, rookie quarterback. I mean, I don't know what Kevin was doing, but Kevin was like, I gotta really ease my new quarterback into the system. We gotta run first, throw only like sideways passes or just like 3-yard slants, and we'll get him into a groove. And we just did that for 3 quarters, except for we didn't get a groove. We just 3 and out, sack, run for 2 yards, sack, missed the errant throw, just on repeat. The run first with the baby training wheels on. I mean, just he's a quarterback, man. He's a winner. He won in high school. He won in college. Like, just get him out there. Let him throw. The defense, the first 3 quarters, they didn't give up a ton, but if you guys watched the game, Caleb Williams refused to be sacked. It was nonstop. He was running around doing like ballerina shit to get out of the way. I mean, it was actually ridiculous.
They got their like hands on his legs, and he just like magically stayed on his feet, didn't even stumble.
Yeah, there was one play. Jonathan Grenard had a straight run at him and just ran into the defender instead of the offensive lineman instead of the quarterback. I don't know what was going on in the first 3 quarters. The defense wasn't bad. I shouldn't say they weren't bad, but like our pass rush was supposed to be like this amazing thing, and we just didn't touch him. Or we made him just run away and he made a perfect pass, which he never does. Apparently against us he does sometimes. JJ used his legs a bit. It was kind of nice to see. At the end of the second quarter, right before the halftime, we got a field goal, a long kick from Will Thrill. So, 6 points, it's okay, I guess, in the first half. Caleb Williams looked like what I think people thought he would be in the first half. What they thought he'd be last season. He was looking strong. I was getting worried. I was like, are we the worst team in the division? I was everything was running through my mind. There was very little happiness. I was just waiting for something to happen, and I just sat there and just nothing. Every play was a nothing. And then I was like, the defense. I said it before that the defense needs to be big this game because JJ's first game, Monday night, prime time. Like, we need an interception or a fumble or something to get some easy points and make the game better for the Vikings, and we just had nothing. We stopped them. We did stop them, but we'll get into it. The pick six interception was bad. That's the thing that I meant with a rookie. Got to give him grace. I think he did the college thing where he knew where he wanted to throw. He put his eyes there the whole time, and then he threw the ball, and the cornerback, which on the commentators were like, former Viking, and I look at the name, and they're like, yeah, he used to be in the Vikings practice squad. Don't former Viking me when he never even played for us. Oh my gosh. But yeah, he just
revenge game, got
up.
kicked off a practice squad. Come on.
Bro ate that interception up, ran it back. JJ fell down. I don't know if anyone saw that. Hate
what?
To see
I didn't see.
He was running to push him out of bounds, and he didn't get there, and he fell down. It was
okay.
It was bad luck. Bad luck. Justin Jefferson dropped
a lot of nails
2
in the
balls.
coffin here.
Yeah,
For the first 3 halves.
First 3 quarters, brutal.
Yeah, quarters. Sorry.
Adam Thielen dropped a ball as well. We had 3 drops. I'm like, guys, your quarterback's barely throwing the ball, and when he is actually hitting you, you're just not catching it. Come on, we got help the guy out. But like I said at the start of this, the overreaction from the world was ridiculous. This guy is his first NFL game on a primetime Monday night against a team they're not ass. I don't think they're ass. So we'll put that out there. I'm not saying they're the best team ever, but it wasn't a cakewalk first game, and he has 3 quarters of pretty not the best play, but also I don't think he had many opportunities. The way we ran the offense and everything, he just didn't really get to sling it. Obviously, the interception he was swinging that one, but all of Twitter was like, "Wow, JJ McCarthy sucks." Every single, even the people that I was sitting with, some people were just like, "This might not be it." I'm like, guys, it's week 1. We have to give him more than 1 game, more than 3 quarters. But don't worry.
You gotta let Kevin O'Connell work, man.
You do.
You gotta let him work.
That 4th quarter came around and something clicked. I don't know if you guys saw what JJ McCarthy looked like when he went on the field early 4th quarter, but he had this stare that was he was not in the. It was the most locked in. Scary. Yeah, it was he wasn't there, but he was so locked in, he was so there. I don't know. It was a crazy stare. But basically, JJ McCarthy, future Hall of Famer, and he's the Vikings franchise quarterback after the 4th quarter. Just a couple stats to back that up, because one game is enough to sell me. He's the first quarterback to come back from down 10+ points in his debut since Steve Young. And the first player to do that since 1952.
Damn.
So that's pretty awesome.
Wait, before we get too far, I do want to make a comment on his look, because I don't know if you saw this.
The war paint.
Yeah. Do you do you want to take it?
Essentially, before the game, I think one of the reporters asked him why do you do your paint like that? Because some people will do the just the line, but he does it line and then just goes down on his face. So it's
it's like a T or something.
Yeah. And he said that did he say war?
He
war
said
paint?
quote, I kind of make this switch when game day happens. That's when the war paint comes on. It's like I'm ready to die on that field.
Yeah, he just
I
becomes
love
Weapon
that.
X right there on the field.
I mean, that's a football guy, man. Football guy.
Mhm.
So let's continue with the stats. He's the only QB ever to throw/run for 3 touchdowns in a fourth quarter on their debut. He's the first one to do 2 passing and 1 rushing in the overall game since Cam Newton. Superman, of course. First Vikings QB to throw multiple touchdowns on their debut since Fran Tarkenton, which, for those of you that don't know, legendary Vikings quarterback, probably the best ever. He played a very long time ago, though.
What, in the 70s, 60s? I think 60s.
I think 50s.
50s.
But I'd have to check. So then we move on to right when they were coming back and they got that first touchdown. Then this has already been all over the media, but JJ got in the huddle with everyone, and apparently everyone was kind of nervous, kind of down on themselves a little bit because they hadn't been playing well. And he looks at everyone and he says, quote unquote, is there anywhere else you'd rather be right now than like on the football field making a comeback? And everyone was like, hell yeah, this guy's right. Like they said like he like helped with their perspective, and they just like they turned that. After that, they literally scored 3 touchdowns and won the game. I mean,
damn, that goes hard.
His body language was so good. He never gave up. He never looked down on himself. He was with the guys. I mean, just a leader of men at 22 years of age.
Okay, sorry. I need to stop you a little bit there. I need to be on Caden's side. Didn't you say you were not going to glaze JJ before we started this? Or
that was cap.
Okay. Okay, got it.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was sitting there first 3 quarters, and I was like, man, my take about Kenny Pickett was so fucking right. And then this shit happens, and I'm just sitting there like, God damn it! I gotta listen to JJ Glaze for 17 weeks now.
This playoffs too.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Oh yeah,
you
dude.
guys.
Sorry, 18 weeks. There we go.
No, that's see, 18 is actually the regular season. 19 is the playoffs.
Yeah, I can't wait for the bye week Glaze. It's gonna be sick.
As for the Bears, Caleb Williams went from being the guy that we thought he might be to the guy we saw last year really fast. I was so unbothered and not worried. When he had the ball, he was just throwing it out of bounds, like above the guys, not even close. He tried to kill DJ Moore. He got
that was an absolute hospital
sides, and it was
it
was clean.
He broke his ribs,
from both sides.
He's out? DJ Moore?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I read online he has broken ribs. So
that's not surprising at all, considering the hit he took.
Yeah.
But our defense also stepped up. So offense stepped up big, but the defense got some sacks, got some tackles for loss, some more pressure. It was solid. I mean, we had the block punt, which gave us the field position. That was one like extra thing that we had. As for Kevin O'Connell, like I said earlier, I don't know what the hell he was doing in the first 3 quarters. He just needed to take the real playbook out. That's all he needed to do. Just let him throw. Who cares?
He said, F it, we ball, man.
If he throws like 3 pick sixes, maybe we rein it in, right? But like, you got to see what he can do. But late, I mean, he got him in a roll, and just every play, the run game was just
not to hate on the run game, but the Vikings are definitely a wide receiver heavy team. Let's just say that much. They have a lot of talent.
That leads right into my next point, though, because Jordan Mason, fantastic.
Jordan
addition.
Mason he was playing crazy.
I expected him to be a good, like he destroyed us last year when he played for the Niners. He just ran it down through us. He got 3 extra yards every play, and it made me so mad. But now this time he got 3 extra yards every play for my team, so it made me happy. He's really like his strengths play into Aaron Jones's weaknesses, so they kind of are a good tandem because Aaron Jones is good wide receiver / speed back, where Jordan Mason can just his good vision. He just sprints down and just runs into you. Aaron Jones not as good at that. One thing I don't know if you guys paid attention to, but we have a new punt/kickoff returner. His name is Miles Price, and he had 117 yards yesterday combined from his punt return and his reception kickoff returns, and he was like every punt was getting 15 to 20 extra yards that we didn't have to use our offense for.
I did not notice that. Not gonna lie.
Guy to look out for in the future. That's all I'm saying. O-line, I thought would be really good. Kind of mid. Kind of mid overall. I think they got better. There's a lot of new moving parts to it, so maybe we just need to give them time of actual game action. I got a really fun stat. So Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave are 2 inside defensive linemen. They had 13 pressures combined in game 1, which leads the NFL first and second for pressures created by inside defensive linemen. And last year, Harrison Phillips and Jonathan Bullard, through 17 games, had 21 total. So we've doubled our pressures from the interior in one game.
Breaking news, adult kicks over sandcastle. Bears O-line, bro. Caleb Williams is running for his goddamn life every play.
It's not as bad as last year.
We played the Bears twice last year. We had 21 total. I mean, what do you... They weren't good. The upgrades are huge. Okay, the upgrades
That's a good point.
huge.
Upgrades are massive. They're massive. I'll give you that.
And Christian Darrisaw is coming back next week, potentially. Harrison Smith should be back. Tons of room to grow. Starting 1-0. Awesome. Really hard game to watch for most of it. Super exciting. So many edits of JJ McCarthy. It's amazing on the timeline right now.
This is so like... Okay, I have to bring this up because you talk about first about how like everybody was hating on him online. There's fire edits JJ McCarthy. I haven't seen shit. I
think you were just looking at the Bears Reddit page or something.
It's
like
just Vikings Twitter. That's
what do you mean? There was
hate.
like multiple like large sports personalities that were just like
they weren't getting traction enough to put on my page.
I mean, Colin Cowherd. You ever heard of that guy?
Never.
There was a lot.
I'm joking.
There was a lot. I swear. But yeah, we got lots of room to grow. We'll take a win. It wasn't pretty, and I think the Vikings, they all said that like that wasn't a good game. But 1-0 is 1-0. Won't apologize for a win. It's a divisional opponent. One of those games off the list with a win. That's good enough for me. We play the Falcons this next week. Kirk Cousins not playing. Not playing. He'll be on the bench. They're coming to us Sunday night. Another back-to-back primetime games. I mean, maybe this is good. Maybe JJ, he wants it. He wants the primetime, I guess. He wants the ice in his veins, finish things out. Let's have a better game overall, though. Not just win. Let's just win instead of doing.
Yeah, it will be a really fun group to watch grow, though, because it is the Vikings are amazing receiving core, top 3 at least, and gotta watch a new guy sling some balls. You know what I mean? You gotta see that happen.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
write that down.
No. Could you imagine
one week is all it took.
KOC could do with like a generational talent. If you could make Sam Darnold,
he has that.
Sam Darnold
right now.
Kirk Cousins look that. Okay, shut up. If you could make Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins look that fucking good, like imagine what he could do with a real talent.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
It might be happening, Tim.
We're 1 week in. All right.
Yeah, I'm not saying right now. I'm not saying this moment. But
you're saying
like,
it could be it could
be
not.
happening.
Nobody knows yet.
Correct, but he's not Caleb Williams because he's already played better than him. So
he's played 1 week. Come on.
Caleb Williams has lost to every quarterback that was drafted after him. Just want to put that out there. Just some random shot at Bears fans. I'm sorry.
Yikes.
Move on. We can move on though. Vikings are awesome. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into the Jets. All right. So Steelers at Jets at MetLife. An amazing game. Some would say game of the week. And then Sunday night came through and was
like-
so much fucking better.
I was like, game of the week is a crazy statement.
Some people would have said that originally.
I see,
you know,
I see.
Before watching that. Let's get into the good. Then we'll get into the bad, and then we'll get into next week. Let's talk about the good. Fields. Justin Fields, you know, the preseason was just world-class bait. He's truly a mastermind. You know, set it up so everybody doubts him.
Okay, the Glazers starting out for Justin Fields like 2 minutes in. You can't complain. He's putting that out
Well,
there.
Tim, you see, my segment only lasts 2 minutes.
Okay.
He played an amazing game. He was poised and focused downfield. His pocket awareness was actually super solid. He saw it collapsing. He moved forward, threw it downfield. He was able to be that dual threat and run it himself. I thought he played an amazing game. I was blown away. I was like, holy moly, this is more than I was asking for. So I was super thrilled. Brees Hall. Guys, Brees Hall is not hurt anymore like he was last year. It could be mental. It could be physical. He's no longer running into the ass cheeks of our offensive line. Let's go. Our new offensive line, Tanner Engstrom, has decided to move the ass cheeks of the offensive line to make a parting the Red Sea and let Brees Hall just run through. An amazing breakout game from Brees Hall, looking like his all-star year. Fantastic. GW, Garrett Wilson, that guy. He got his QB back from college. Boom, baby. Keep that guy. Just only throw him the ball. Maybe, you know, Brees Hall here and there. Forget the rest of the wide receiver room. Justin Fields, it's not worth it. It's not definitely because I don't. It's definitely because I don't have Garrett Wilson on my fantasy. But regardless of the point, they had a great connection. Getting that 60-yard touchdown was absolutely fantastic to watch. Yeah, Dot right to GW, and then he was the main target pretty much the whole series up until his drop at the last play. Let's talk about our O-line. As I said, they created amazing pockets for the run game to work. It really emphasized how, like, the culture shift from last year to this year. I think 70%, it was in the 60s or 70s percent of our offense was on ground and pound duty, just running it. So it's a culture change, and I'm all for it. We looked good doing it, and I think that's what matters. We found something that can work. Keep it going. Offensive line played great. Now that we have 2 tackles that could actually be here for 8 years, it was amazing. Membu.
Damn. 8 years.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
That's livelihood right there. We take care of our players. All jokes aside. Membu, our number 1 draft this year, he allowed 0 pressures on 16 pass block snaps. So, awesome work. He played amazing. Stuffed JJ Watt out the ass. Fashanu on the left. Stuffed JJ Watt or TJ Watt out the ass. They played great. Super pumped about that. Sad we lost AVT, our right guard. But Tipman, showing off how much of a stud he is, moved from the center to the right guard and was able to make it work. They were practicing that.
Who's the new center?
Josh Myers. He was on the backup
insane
squad.
To switch your center.
It
out.
is. It is.
That's
but
insane.
they were practicing it going up into the season. So with the preseason game, so it worked out. I guess maybe they were expecting AVT to just crinkle up and die on the field like he normally does, because that guy's the most injury-prone player ever. Let's take a look. Yeah, just really happy with the offense. I don't think that's why we lost this game at all. Let's move into the bad. First thing up, Xavier Gipson. My man, you had an amazing return 2 years ago when Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles and you ran it in OT, got us the win. But my goodness, have you been a curse ever since? This guy only plays returns. He doesn't get us more than 10 yards usually. And this guy fumbled twice in the same game on returns. One of them was recovered by the Jets. He tripped himself up and just fell onto the ground. Nobody touched him. Nobody's even fucking near him. He just got up and left the ball there. What? What are we doing? We're trying to gift them the ball? This isn't Christmas.
There is nothing worse than fumbling on punts and kickoffs. There is nothing worse.
And then he did it in the fourth quarter. Start of the fourth. Puts the ball in his non-dominant hand. And then it just gets knocked out. And then the Steelers are at the 10-yard line. And they just run it in. And now they have the lead. So, really,
That's
really
the game.
awesome.
That's literally
it is the
him.
game. That's a game-losing play. Let's move on to the actual issue, I feel, which was the defense. Now, I wasn't expecting myself to say this so quick in the year, but guys, Sauce Gardner might be back, guys.
Wait, he gets his name back?
He gets his name. He's Sauce again, man. So, the only one that performed outside of our defensive line was Sauce, who was compared to our previous years, who was tasked with side of the field, like dominant side of the thrower, you know. This year, he was signed to just guard wide receiver number 1, DK Metcalf.
That makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, it makes sense. You know, the highest paid corner, put him on their best guy.
Why weren't they doing that?
Because Robert Saleh is a piece of shit, Caleb. That's why.
Okay.
Long story short, Sauce was guarding DK Metcalf, and he only allowed one catch. And it was this godforsaken 4x bounce ball that bounced between 4 people's butts and then landed in DK's Metcalf when he was on the ground. And then that gets them in field position to shoot the game-winning field goal. Jet luck, baby, jet luck. But yeah, otherwise, besides Sauce, our defensive secondary blew, bro. Brandon Steffens, holy moly, no wonder the Ravens got rid of your bum ass, bro. What in the world?
You're peaking, man.
They were ass last year in the
sorry.
back end.
Brandon Steffens, that guy, really bad. Tim, see why the Ravens got rid of him.
Fucking sucks.
He fourth quarter got a PI, also to get them into field goal range, right before the DK Metcalf pass, and then almost had a second PI on the play right after, where he shoulder checked the receiver, which was worse than the first one. I don't know how that one can get called. We'll take it. Yeah, that guy's terrible at coverage. He left open on the fumble return. He left open the receiver just wide, completely open, and just allowed him to run into the end zone and get the ball. It seems like he doesn't even know his assignment when he's running around. So, Aaron Glenn says he's not done with the guy. He's gonna take him in. You know, he still believes in him. But Aaron Glenn also said, if you're making mistakes, you're not gonna play. So I'm hoping it's hey man, you get one, redo, and if you fuck up that bad again.
So I have one question though. What happens if everyone makes enough mistakes that like their roster depth is like they don't have next man up?
Then clearly AG was correct. We didn't deserve to be a team. That's all I'm gonna say. Speaking of AG, let's just talk about him. So as I said, he's holding accountability above all, and I'm so happy to hear that. With the Saleh era, there was little to no accountability, so I'm excited for if people are playing bad, you either gotta make them stop doing these awful things or bench them and make them learn the hard way. He had some questionable timeouts in the first half, which ultimately really weren't useful. We were ahead by, I think, 4 or 5, and it gave them time to move down the field and get a field goal, and we burned our timeouts to do it. I don't really know why. I feel like we should have just let it go to halftime and not attempted to move the ball down ourselves. We had the lead. We don't need to score another field goal and let them also score one. We also needed to burn 2 timeouts in the second half at the goal line because people were not on the same page. I'm hoping it's just getting the jitters out. He's a first-time head coach. But he's all business. He's all serious, and I'm all for it. Change of culture. Let's get this going. But, yeah. Main takeaways, Gibson should not have made the 53. Holy moly. That guy's booty cheeks still. But at the end of the day, we lost. As close as you can get to a moral victory, but we still fucking lost the game. And really, if we want to see playoffs, which is the whole point of bringing in a new head coach, longest drought, you gotta win games, and good teams find ways to win games. So,
good thing it's week 1. Plenty of time.
Yeah, we face the Bills next week, brother.
Their defense don't look that good.
That's a good point. But, neither does ours. But, right, and I'm sure this will be a point for Tim's segment. It is an offense-driven league, so good offenses, cater more. The NFL caters more to the offense than to the defense, so that's what matters.
Super Bowl winners typically have a good defense.
Nope. That's fake. I'm joking.
I don't have the actual stat, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's a much higher percentage if you finish with a top 10 defense. Next week, Bills at Jets. So second home game for us. That'll be nice. We play tough against the Bills at home usually, so I'm excited to see what happens. It'll hopefully set a good precedent for the rest of the year. Hopefully week 1 wasn't just a fluke with Fields. Hopefully he can replicate it and we can keep going. Yeah. And if we keep going, that's playoffs. Yeah, that's a lot of confidence. All right.
Confidence in that guy.
Yeah. That's it for the Jets. Go Jets. Let's throw it over to the Ravens.
All right. It's finally Ravens time. All right, I got to start this off with an apology to everybody.
Okay.
Because I will be continuing to say the same thing that I said last year, just again every single week. So, just saying that right now.
Okay.
That's my first big point. I'm just gonna be saying the same things every week because nothing fucking changes on this goddamn team. I don't need to recap the game. Everybody knows what fucking happened at that game.
It's too much to recap.
I had a rough fucking night. All right, I'll tell you that. I had a rough fucking night. But I made a comment before there was any kind of swing. I made this comment, I think, in like the second quarter. I turned to my buddy and I said, "This is like the same exact team as last year." It was when Derek Henry was just starting to like pop the fuck off, and I was like, "This team was playing." And I think there was already some like dumbass like special teams mistake by that point or something. I don't remember. But I was like, "This team is literally playing the exact same way they played last year. This is crazy." And then they completely choked the game, and I was like, "Yes, this is the same fucking team as last year." So yeah, just no changes. I mean, obviously there have been changes in personnel, but it just does not feel any different whatsoever. All right, the defense is back to kind of sort of shit. And the secondary was just fucking awful. Jair Alexander needs to be benched. He was not great with the Packers, and he's not good with us.
That
Yeah.
guy used to talk shit before every game against the Vikings and just get his ass whooped. I mean, I don't know where. I think he had like one good season, and then his confidence stayed like that, and he just
Yeah.
forgot how to play.
He allowed. It was some crazy. I don't remember. He allowed a lot. I don't remember the quarterback rating or whatever they call it, the passer rating. He had a PI call. He had a shoestring tackle that potentially lost him the game, kind of, maybe a little bit. I don't know, debatable, but dumbass shoestring tackle there. He was just getting
That's one of your
burnt
corners,
fucking
right, Tim?
constantly. Yeah, it's one of our new
Yes.
cornerbacks.
DBs.
Okay.
Yep.
So we have a lot of talent at the quarterback position. So I don't know why the fuck we're playing him, to be honest. Apparently, there's talk about him
Fair.
being injured, and okay, that's great. He's injured. Lock him up in fucking IR until he's okay. I'm not sure. Until he can fucking help this team out. All right. Yeah, a lot of okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but when I was watching the game, I think that's what caused me to say it's the same team. I was like, there's just way too many needless penalties. It's not the worst. I think the Bears had like 11 penalties. They were crazy. But it was not comfortable with the amount of penalties. I think it was like 7 or 8. I think the Ravens were doing like 11 pretty consistently last year, so not as bad, but it felt. When you're playing the fucking Bills, it feels shitty. All right, there were a lot of artificially extended drives with bad penalties. Oh yeah, another thing that's the same as last year is our special teams is picking their nose. They had a stupid sliding mistake where they turned an incredible punt into a touchback for no fucking reason. If he didn't touch the ball, I think it would have been 99 yards, but he just slid into it going 50 miles an hour.
I saw that. That was insane.
Yeah.
There was nobody even close.
Yeah, I don't know what
he could have not even touched the ball, and it would have stayed right where it was.
Yeah, special teams coach, by the way, special teams coach. Which leads me right into the topic of John Harbaugh. I got a lot of thoughts. Primarily my first thought is fire him and kick him to the streets. All right, this fucking sucks.
Feed him to the Ravens, per se.
Listen, is he a passable coach? Yes. And I know this sounds crazy. Is he a Super Bowl winning coach? In the past, yes, but not now. He cannot fucking win the Super Bowl now. All right.
You could always argue that like that Flacco season that they won was like they weren't like the dominant team.
Oh
that
no,
year.
They were a wild
just had
card.
a good run.
They had a Cinderella.
They had a good run and won.
Mm-hmm.
So like
nobody expected.
It's not
him to
like
win
he's
it that
like
year.
super done a really good job of like
Mm-hmm.
really good team and they just win the Super Bowl. He's never really done that.
Here's another point I was going to make: is if you go back and watch that Ravens Super Bowl, they went ahead by a fuck ton. They were way ahead, and then in the third and fourth quarter, there's a blackout actually in the stadium, controversy, but then they start to lose all momentum and they nearly lose the Super Bowl. They nearly choke the fucking Super Bowl. This is not a bug of John Harbaugh. He has literally always done this. He did this in the Super Bowl, except he barely managed to hang on. The team barely hung on with the fucking.
I've got the game pulled up. The Ravens gave up 25 points in the second half. Of 25 of the 31 were in the second half.
I thought you were about to say, I got the game pulled up. Yep, this shit's a conspiracy.
Yeah, like this is the definitive way John Harbaugh coaches. And can he win enough games? Yeah. You also have the fucking Ravens as your talent, by the way. His ass was already on the line, and then he won the Super Bowl. Joe Flacco saves his job, and now he's still here terrorizing the fucking Ravens, committing domestic terrorism in Baltimore. Okay, calming down. Listen,
I think that's totally fair. Like there's like a lot of like true like coaching decision / failures that you can like literally point out. Like, how are you making these?
He's not going for it
since forever.
And I don't think that we can just fire John and then instantly we're going to win the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be tough to find a coach that can take us. It's tough to find a coach that can lead a team to the Super Bowl. I just am saying it's not going to be him. It's just not going to be him.
Okay, hear me out. You give me, you take Kevin O'Connell. We take Lamar Jackson.
I think we would have a better chance. I think we would have a better chance to win the Super Bowl than we do now. It was just if we had the quarterback whisper and whole
Tim,
preseason. But
if the Bucks are anything but a head coach training facility, I think the past 2 years, the offensive past 3 years, this is the fourth season in a row that Baker Mayfield has a different offensive coordinator, because every single time they go on to become a head coach.
So
if
basically,
we got Ben Johnson, I would be yelling Super Bowl. we might have still lost that game yesterday with a brand new coach. I would be a lot more optimistic though, even if we still lost the game yesterday. All right.
So is this?
I just need
as
a change,
you may
man.
say, like John Harbaugh's hot seat season. Like he's on the hot seat all season.
That's the thing is, I don't think he's actually going to be fired.
How many times do you lose in the playoffs before they're like, you need to win something?
A lot. I don't
once
know.
Lamar
I think
loses
his contract's
faith
till
in him,
2028.
in the locker room turns. Like that's when it's over.
I genuinely, I can't imagine a scenario where Lamar gets a Super Bowl ring with John Harbaugh. Like fucking, it's just it's bad. I think if anybody asks me, like who's gonna win the Super Bowl, I'm still gonna say Ravens, because if I say a team that's not mine and my team's this talented, I think my head's gonna burst into flames. So I still, as a devout fan, I'm like emotionally obligated to say if you ask me who's gonna win, say the Ravens. But like, come on, it's kind of over. This nothing changes. It's not like it's like terrible. It's like we're in a terrible situation. It's just nothing's changed and nothing gets better.
You just win a lot of games, go to the playoffs, win 1, maybe 2 games, and just rinse and repeat.
And then lose to Josh Allen.
Yeah,
and,
don't go on a 4th and 3.
Bald.
Do a
that's
Zay Flowers designed
happens.
run. Oh, okay. Moving on. I gotta get through these points. I'm gonna take forever.
Tim said Zay Flowers, and he almost had a heart attack.
I'm gonna move on to my Pookie. Moving on to Lamar Jackson, who you really can't blame for anything because he played great every time he got the chance to. I wish they'd let him try more in the fourth quarter. Obviously,
yep. Definitely.
There's almost like nothing to say, right? It's like, oh yeah, I think everybody watches that game is like, yeah, Lamar played great. They lost in a bad fashion. Like,
I saw a TikTok of one dude sending Lamar Jackson a Instagram voice message, and he said, "Don't blame yourself, man. You're the Captain America of Baltimore. You're the hood hero."
Yeah.
What about the extra point miss though? You're kind of a little bit upset
Tyler
about that
Luke?
one though, right?
I don't know how to feel about that. Because, like, obviously I'm really pissed. You know, looking at the end of the game, it did not give us a chance to win it in overtime. But, like, what am I supposed to say? Like, bench him? Like, it's a kicker. You kind of got to feel him out. And he kicked something else. What was it, like a
Ravens kickers do like feeling
40,
stuff.
50-yarder? Okay. That's not what I said.
All right.
So obviously I'm really upset about it, but like, what can we do? We just gotta stick with him and then see how he turns out.
You shouldn't be losing a game by 1 point.
Yeah, that's also a fair
I'm with
point.
you. I wouldn't overreact, but
yeah,
4 out of 5 extra points, not the worst, I guess.
Tim, it could be
2
worse.
field
I didn't bring
goals.
this up, but the Jets failed 2 2-point conversions, and we lost by 2 points. So, pretty freaking awesome.
That's tough. I should have said this at the beginning because it's kind of a general message, but the only team that can beat the Ravens is the Ravens. We've been saying that, still true. I'm going to be saying that all season again. But we just could not put a lid on the game. There were a couple points where, like, I'm not gonna lie. I turned to my buddy at some point and I was like, if we get a stop and we score another touchdown, they're putting Josh Allen on the fucking bench. We can do it again, guys. And then they scored a touch, and then they got a stop, and then they scored a touchdown, and then I don't know, the rest of the game happened. There were times though where I was like, hell, guys, we're winning this fucking Super Bowl, guys. This is amazing. But there's so many times we were just like this close to just completely finishing the game. Obviously, like first down, and then we fumble. Or there's like that's like easy saying, oh, we just got a third down conversion, we won on the game. But there's stuff like 2 interceptions that was like in the hands of receivers. I'm not saying it's easy, but there were 2 times that Allen's balls hit the hands of a defense and they didn't catch it. Hamilton was so close to blocking the game-winning kick. He said it literally felt like it went through his hands. Like, you can go back and watch the clip. He's literally right there. He's
saw
like
it.
inches away.
It was crazy.
I'm not saying that the Bills are won because they're lucky. There's luck in every football game, but there's crazy shit happening. Like, there's like a touchdown where like Allen threw a pass and some guy thought it was for him, so he bumped it, but then it spiraled, but it still happened to hit like a different third guy instead of even the intended target. And crazy shit like that's happening, and I'm just like, fucking sure. I'm beyond like the second that Henry fumbled it, I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna win. I can see the future. It's kind of over. Even when they scored a field goal at halftime, they got the ball back 30 seconds left, and I was like, I turned my buddies. I'm like, I just feel like they're gonna kick a field goal here. I could just feel it, even though I didn't think they were gonna win at that point. I was just fucking like, I don't know. I'm used to this shit. But yeah, the Derrick Henry, I guess I should give him his due credit. He looked amazing. He looks like he hasn't aged a day. I don't think there's any reason to harp on him for a fumble. I'm gonna. It happens. Obviously, it's kind of his fault because he wasn't taking great ball control. But like, come on, if he gets you 2 touchdowns and runs for 176, I'm not gonna sit here red faced talking about a fumble, even though it did kind of lose us the game. But whatever. There's always so much other shit we could have done to not lose it. Our pass rush just did not happen. Allen had like all the time in the world. It felt like we didn't get within 5 yards of him. Every single time we broke through the O-line, he would just like take off running, and we weren't even fucking close. It was just like,
Tim, is there any positives on the defense for the Ravens, you would say, or is it
Malachi Stark? I mean, we have good players. Malachi Starks did play well. I mean, Marlon Humphrey is still great. Kyle Hamilton is still amazing.
Yep.
We have the players, and think about last year. It came together at the end. I think it's completely possible we pulled together, even within the next month.
Tim, what if it was Brandon Steffens? What if he was the puzzle piece that brought it all together?
No. Okay, next question. This can be a good defense, but it was just not a good defense today. I think
certainly
Kyle Hamilton had a quote where he looked up in the fourth quarter and saw that Allen had 400 yards, and he was like, yeah, I just wanted to fucking puke. And it's like, yeah, that's how you should feel when you're losing the game like this. All right, I gotta close this off. DeAndre Hopkins catch. I think that was the only catch he had all game, but that was sick. I popped off.
I was
screaming.
Very sick.
My throat hurt from screaming that much. That was crazy shit. It's too bad that it just is completely tainted by the game it was in. Because I'll end it off by saying this. I think that this game is going to haunt the Ravens for like the next decade. I think when people this is a bold claim, but I think people talk about games in the 2025 season, they're going to talk about that game and how the Ravens lost it. Because obviously it's not like unanimous, but a lot of people aren't even saying like that Bills comeback is crazy, even though they are saying that. More people I see are saying like that Ravens choke is insane. Because obviously the Bills, Allen, played their fucking hearts out.
I think that's
what
incredible. Everybody's saying about the Bears too, though.
But it's just like they could have played incredible. Yeah. But the only reason they won is because they played incredible, and the Ravens choked to an insane level. All right. That's my therapy session done for the week.
I have one thing that I need to add to this.
All right.
Tim, what are your thoughts on losing to the Bills' unk kicker?
It did not feel good. I can't lie.
Matt Prater looking like he's 70 years old out there.
He looked crazy.
I was teaching my kids high school football, and I got the call. That's literally what he said. And then he showed up.
I didn't
He
even
kicks the game
see.
winner.
I didn't even see Tyler Bass was out until I was watching the game, and I was like, "Why does their kicker look so old?" And then they're like, "Tyler Pratt's back," or whatever his name is. Apparently,
Matt
people
Prater.
Matt Prater. Apparently, people on the team thought he was a new coach because he was that old.
Yes. They thought he was a special teams coach. No, he's
Yeah.
your kicker, boys.
Yeah.
And he was 3 for 3, and I didn't miss any extra points. So I mean, he did the job. I mean, he was in the NFL for a long time. So
No.
good for him. That sucks. Sucks for you though.
All right. Kicking it off to Dub or Flub.
Hang on. I did have one thing I wanted to say. Tim was talking, and I realized two things. First thing, I also remember that Mr. Steffens, I've been hyping this guy up so much. He also had a missed interception. It went through his hands. One thing. Wanted to just say that. Really, that
Sounds
guy's
like
really
him.
awesome, Tim. And then other thing, I just wanted to and this is like a general question. What were your guys' thoughts on that roughing the passer call for the Vikings yesterday?
That was bullshit.
Really?
I mean, I see why it gets called, but I would be mad if that got called on my team.
Now, Tim, imagine
I'm not
that.
saying it shouldn't have been called, but I'm saying I would have yelled bullshit at the TV.
Yeah, but it that is how the penalty works. He didn't have the ball, he threw it and he gets hit, right?
In the upper
You
head
guys see
area.
that Burrow hit though? Because I don't know, you're
did
going to talk
not.
about the Jets. That Burrow hit, whatever you're going to say is that Burrow was way worse.
I was just gonna say, it's of my years of watching the Jets, they never get the roughing the passer call, and last night or on Sunday, there was just at least 3 moments where Justin Field gets taken out, and that one of them is when the entire O-line rushed over and was on the Steelers' faces, and there was a big kerfuffle, but it just makes me so mad when I see another team get that, and I just thought of that when Tim was talking about penalties, and I was like, man, they're loving the new guy. This guy's already Mahomes treatment, and he just got here.
I think that they call that. I think it's ticky tacky, but I think they do it for both sides. I mean, Caleb Williams got one too. It was deserved on both. I think both were fair.
That's true. The Steelers did not get any, though. The Jets never commit any bad hits. We're nice people. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, totally.
All right. I just had to add that. Sorry. Moving on. Dub or Flub. Favorite segment, guys. Tim got all his hatred out. He's ready for Dub or Flub. Dub or Flub. Sending your QB to work with Kevin O'Connell for any amount of time will bring them back a better player. Wow. I wonder who wrote this one, guys. What the hell?
I don't know who wrote this one, but they're cooking something. W on this one for sure. I mean,
this is obviously a bit. Kirk Cousins looked like shit at the Falcons.
Yeah, but he was pretty good with the Vikings. He
said
went away from
bring them back a better player.
Yeah, he was better, and then he left and he lost it.
So, but you're saying it's because of Daniel Jones,
right? Sam Darnold didn't. He has different effects on different players.
This is such a reach. This doesn't even make sense. He's the QB whisperer, but this is such a flub. You set this up to fail.
Daniel Jones was there for like 6 weeks, and look at him now.
Remember Josh Dobbs? Didn't he play for a couple weeks?
Yeah, he also looked amazing for like
he didn't.
2 weeks. For like 2
I
weeks.
watched those games. He looked good for like 1 or 2, and then there was 3 where he stunk it up.
Dude, you can only make Josh Dobbs good for so many games, bro. The fact that he made him good for 2, he got a nickname. They called him the Pastronaut.
Okay, let's see JJ McCarthy in 3 games then.
All right, can't wait.
To be clear, I do think he's going to be better than Josh Dobbs, but I'm just saying this selectiveness is crazy.
So we already know what Caleb's given that. So let's just move on. Dub or flub. Dolphins season is over before it started. Dub.
Dub.
Dolphins.
dead.
Dolphins. They're rated so high in the goddamn pre-rankings, and look at them.
The roster on paper, like the last 3 years, like looks similar to when they were really
you see,
good.
the reason is Mike McDaniels has made it an offense that only works with Tua in his good processing. However, Tua's gotten his brain's fucking mashed potatoes at this point, so it doesn't fucking work. Like the whole thing's bad.
Oh my god.
Tyreek Hill isn't even a captain anymore. He's like
Because
Yeah,
they
'cause they
got
wanted
crash out
Office
central.
Travis
the
the
dynamic
team.
has to be horrendous in that locker room. Horrendous.
Yeah, Mike McDaniels. This shit throwing an extra dub or flub. Mike McDaniels' first head coach to be fired this year.
Dub.
Dub.
There's nothing about that fucking team look good. The Tua
They
is
need a
like
new
the
era.
lowest hanging fruit that I still love. Every time
Guys,
someone
they
makes
made
a
the
Tua
Saints
joke
look
online.
competitive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. We're all giving that one a dub. Dub or flub. Caleb Williams' undershirt was the worst look of week 1. Yeah,
Love.
That shit was hideous.
dude.
Not when
I saw
the
it.
Saints jerseys looked like they did.
Tim,
The
who
Bears?
was it on the
No, the Saints.
Wasn't it? It was Van
Oh.
Noy that said he was from Drip University, wasn't it? Or something.
I
No,
tuned those
Van
out.
Noy said Unk University
Yeah, he said-
in his intro.
I saw a clip of like all the funny stuff
Yeah.
people said in there. I didn't hear it. I just tuned it out. I was like, oh shit. Even though I was like watching the game, my ears just weren't working. So I don't know.
I
You
think it
did
was
say
George
that, though.
Picken that said Drip University.
know,
or
One of
something.
them
I'll
said
give
like
it
their
to you.
elementary school.
The Saints jerseys are bad, but like his undershirt was the worst thing I've ever seen.
I
I
didn't
think.
care. I gotta be honest, I didn't
What?
care about it.
He had a like a camo gray and black loose undershirt over top of a long sleeve black when he's wearing white and blue.
Yeah, I don't know how the uniform manager lets him get out there with that shit.
Like he already paints snails. Whatever, go for it, man. Just wear the uniform.
I saw a
oh
meme
my
online
God.
where it was like Chicago's banning the male cheerleaders from Minnesota to distract Caleb Williams.
That was some crazy shit. That
That's-
was some crazy shit.
I can't lie, that's funny.
Oh my god. It was he just I think he had zero aura. Maybe that he had no confidence with the undershirt and everything, so that's why he like played bad. That's what I'm going with. Dub. Worst thing of the
Dub.
week 1.
Dub. Dub or flub. Ravens and Bills should play 4 times a year. I'm gonna give this a flub.
Speak up on this, Caleb, because this is such a flub.
So this is for non-Bills and Ravens fans. Every time they play, it's a fucking masterclass of a game that is awesome to watch. If you don't have a
I
dog
go
in the
on
game.
suicide watch for every fucking game. All right.
So, everyone else in the league gets to enjoy these games and just be like, "Wow, this is awesome football."
And then the city
fun
of
to watch."
Baltimore is gone by the end of the
Yeah,
year.
it's only 4 games. I mean,
Hey, okay,
it's like a.
You
it'd
could
be-
have said at
it'd be
least
fun.
once a year, or like twice a year, like a division rival. You put 4 times a year.
Well, yeah, because they already play twice, and it's not enough. I need more.
They already play twice. Really? No, they
Oh, shit.
don't. They're
No,
not.
they don't.
They're not in the same division.
Zooey
My bad.
mama,
I don't
bro.
think they even
You
play
that's
every
wrong,
year
but-
technically.
At a minimum twice, but 4 times would be epic.
I did see a good tweet
Because
that I
I'll
liked.
say flub. I agree. It's not. It doesn't make
Okay.
sense, but I think it'd be awesome.
Somebody said whenever Allen and Lamar play, they just start playing football too. Like that shit's crazy.
All right. We know what Caleb's gonna say for that. Dub or flub. Daniel Jones is so back. Guys, we're witnessing a Daniel Jones resurgence before our very eyes. However, they faced the worst team in the goddamn league.
I mean, that might be true. However, good teams and good players put the beat down on bad players and bad teams.
That's a good
And
point.
that's what they did. I mean, all you can expect of them is to win hard, and that's what they did, you know?
That's true.
I want to see more from Daniel Jones.
That's exactly
it's
my
the
thought.
Dolphins.
Understandable.
I just don't want to be on
Understandable.
the record gassing up Daniel Jones and then 2 weeks later look like a moron. All right, we've seen him for long enough. It's possible, but I want to see more, so I'm going to give this
If you
a
think
flub.
about it, though, the Giants have a lot of players that leave their organization and then actually do shit because they were on the Giants before, you know? So maybe it was the Giants. I mean, maybe it was both, but like maybe it was the Giants a little bit, you know?
Where was Daniel Jones last year?
Well, no, I mean, nowhere.
Yeah, he was back up to he
Back up. He was with the
Panthers?
Vikings for the
He was
end of the
with
season.
KOC, Tim, and now
He
he's
was
now he's leading.
He might have been with the Panthers,
Now he's
actually.
top 3 in
Did
fantasy.
they bench him for Bryce Young? Oh, he's been. This is gonna annoy me. I gotta look this up.
Bryce Young, I don't think has been on the same team as Daniel Jones.
I'm showing that
he
was
in
with
the Giants still.
He was
last
with the
year.
Giants, and then they
Okay.
said, "Get the hell out."
Yes,
And then he went to the
he still had a
Vikings.
contract. He was getting paid while still at the Vikings.
That's what happened.
Okay,
Okay.
got it. I don't know why I thought he was on the Panthers.
So, all right, Dubber Flub. Bo Nix regresses in year 2. Another sophomore slump inbound? Question mark.
God, I
Cover
hope
flip.
so.
Oh man, are you a Bo Nix hater?
Yeah, I am. I don't know why. I don't have a reason.
Tim just decided that now. I'm pretty sure he was a fan last year. He was like,
No, I was very famously not a
wasn't.
believer last
He
year.
wasn't. He
Oh, yeah.
wasn't.
Yep, I remember this. The Bo Lever term, I remember now.
He looks
I
whiny.
think it's too early to say that.
That's why.
He didn't look good. All right, but it's like week 1. I thought they were gonna just destroy the Saints. Is that who they played?
No, they played the
No.
Titans.
Yes.
They played Cam
Sorry, they
Ward.
played the Titans, which the Titans are not good. So yeah, I thought they were gonna destroy
Although
him.
Cam
They
Ward
did
didn't have
him.
a bad game for a rookie.
Yeah, they're still the Titans.
First rookie.
You know.
Yeah, that's why he didn't. Even though stats wise he didn't have a great game, it wasn't bad because he was on the Titans. You know.
Yeah, he's gonna play better. He's gonna play better. He's not gonna regress. It's a flub.
I'm gonna give this one a dub because I feel like it.
It's the exact same as the Daniel Jones thing. I agree with Tim. We need more time. But currently, I don't think he's going to, let's say, be as bad as CJ Stroud last year. Let's say that. He's in a harder division, so he's got to actually play, you know. Dubber Flub. Detroit will right the ship. This is a fucking flub, bro. That org is cooked, low-key. I'm going to keep saying it.
I believe. I don't think they're gonna win the division this year. I think they will look a lot better than they did on Sunday. They looked bad on Sunday. I think they will remain a competitive team who will be in the hunt. They're not guaranteed to get a playoff spot. I don't think they're going to win the division if they look that bad. But I think they'll be in the hunt for a wild card, and they will right it to a certain degree.
I'm in the middle. I'm kind of like Tim. I don't think that they can regress that hard considering the amount of players they kept. I know the coaching changed, so I don't think they're going to be as good.
O-line,
But I don't think they're going to be
trashed.
like. It'd be crazy to go from like the best to like the worst with just a few coaching changes. I did see a stat though that Jared Goff he has a really good record when he was playing with Sean McVay as his play caller and Ben Johnson, and every other play caller other than those two, he has never won a game. So
We're about
Jared
to witness
Goff?
history.
yes,
Wait, is Ben Johnson and the other guy is that the
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay and the Rams? What other games has he played?
They just had like other play callers or OC. I'm not like maybe.
Oh, like not for a whole season.
Yeah, I think with the Lions, like Ben Johnson wasn't there the first season or two. I'm not sure. Maybe the first season Ben Johnson wasn't there when they were.
Oh yeah, because the first season
Garbo.
was awful, right?
Yeah,
It was like they went like
So,
2 and something.
he had.
2-15.
Yeah, he's only had success with really good offensive coordinators. Not saying he can't figure it out, but he was 31 for 39 with a touchdown, 1 interception. Like he wasn't awful, but they weren't good.
Dub or flub? Chiefs will lose their division.
I feel like this is crazy early to decide this.
I wrote this and I heard that again and I was like, shit, I don't know. I had the whole time to think about it. And I'm like,
they're already down 1 to the Chargers.
And the Raiders.
it's honestly, it would be to the Chargers, right? Like the Chargers would take it. I get the Raiders did look good.
The Chiefs do this thing though where they like get better throughout the season.
Yeah.
And like I know they had Black Magic going for them last year.
Yeah,
and, like
it's
that's how they won all
fucking
their
Black
games,
Magic
but
and the Leprechaun.
It's a little too early to tell. I'm gonna give this a dub, even though I'm not like
I'm giving it a
concrete on
dub
And I'm
too.
gonna say
I'm
the
praying
reason why
on
is because their
downfall.
offensive tools looked like shit. Obviously, Xavier Worthy got injured. Travis Kelce's old, but he's still kicking
that
it.
was another friendly fire injury, by the way.
But they just
Travis
didn't.
Kelce this time.
Yeah, Rashee Rice is out for drunk driving, or is he speeding? No, he was drunk driving. He killed somebody, right?
I don't think he
Yeah,
killed
there's
someone.
just nothing. I mean, I think it's not Mahomes regressing. He's still playing as best as he can. He just doesn't have as much to work with. I think that was the average time to throw was the lowest his entire career. This isn't just my normal Mahomes hate. I just think they have less to work with this year, and it's really catching up to them. So I'm gonna give it a dub.
I agree with both of you, except for I'm going to say flub because I don't believe it yet, and they're just
Too good to be
they've
true.
been inevitable for too long. Like I know everyone calls their shot every year, and they just prove us wrong.
This
So I'm
is
gonna-
their
Trust.
worst opener yet, though. You can't lie.
They were down like 0-4 a couple years ago, and they still made playoffs and I think won Super Bowl. So I'm gonna stay back from this one. I'll let you guys take the reins on the Chiefs hate. I'm gonna say flub.
Okay.
Dub or flub? The Raiders become something this year.
I'm gonna give it a dub. I was high on the Raiders last episode. I was high before they played the game. They had a great game. I think they can do something this year.
Go Caleb.
We talked about it last episode a little bit. I just don't think they can do it in that division. As fun as it sounds to have the Raiders in the mix instead of them being just dog ass every year. I mean, how are they gonna beat? Like it's gonna be hard for them to go 3-3 against the Chargers, Chiefs,
Broncos.
Like 3-3 would be a good outcome. Maybe they make playoffs with that, but like they're competing. Like all 3 teams above them are playoff teams. So like somebody in the division doesn't make it, just like you saw last year. And the Lions, Packers, Vikings made it. The Bears were the ones that lost all the games. You can't all 4 make it.
That's a good point. Someone's got to be the scapegoat.
Someone does, and I as much as it sounds fun, I like the idea of it. I just don't see it happening. So I'm gonna say flub.
I am in agreement for now. I want to see more of them, but they seemed confident. But for now, it's a flub. All right, that will conclude Dub or Flub. Let's move into our league thoughts. We will take a look at this upcoming week's games, give our upset of the week, game of the week, and our mid-off of the week. First up, Thursday night game, we got Commanders at Packers in my game of the week. Who do you guys think's winning? Go.
I'll go first. I hate this take so much.
Say it. Say it.
But I don't think the Commanders looked that good this week against the Giants. I don't think their defense is amazing. They were the Giants. Their offense didn't cook like I thought it might. I mean, 20 points doesn't sound bad, but like it was like 6-10 for like 3 quarters. Like
Yep.
I was like, are they gonna lose this game? Like, so they didn't impress me, and the Packers put the pounding on the Lions. So based on 1 week's of results, I'm gonna go with the Packers. They're just a better roster and more put together. Hate it though.
I'm saying the same. I think this game will be much more competitive for the Commanders than last week. I think they'll hit their stride more, but I think the Packers will win it. Tim?
I'll think the Packers are going to win. I'm not hot on Commanders this year yet.
I could just see the life, the enjoyment in your guys' eyes leave as you said the Packers are going to win this game. It's really tough, guys.
It's tough.
Double Flub, or what am I saying? Jaguars at Bengals. What do we got? We got to say Bengals, right? Everybody's got to say Bengals here, right?
Honestly, I'm taking the Jags.
They barely
Really?
beat the Browns.
They like barely beat the Browns. I think the Browns did something dumb that like they could have
missed
won.
kicks.
Yeah.
Missed
Missed
kicks. Had
like
2 interceptions that were due to receivers, not based off our Browns legend Joe Flacco.
how are you gonna have this Bengals offense not just score 20 plus every game at a minimum? Like, you can't win games unless their offense is going crazy because their defense still isn't amazing. And if you could barely beat the Browns with Joe Flacco and crew, like what are you gonna do going forward? And I think the Jags are not amazing, but I think they're good enough to beat any team on any day. And the Bengals are going to show us again that they suck in the early season.
I have Joe Burrow on my fantasy team, so I'm going to take Bengals. Also, I
Very
really don't believe
scientific.
in the Jaguars' ability to show up. So
I'm
That's fair.
they
predicting
played the
an early
Panthers
wake up.
and it was not obvious, so I'm just going to take the Bengals.
I'm predicting a early wake up from the cat. Bengals. Bengals in 2.
Maybe this is the strategy, is that Roger Goodell wanted them to finally be in the playoff contenders. So they're like, just give them a bunch of easy games to start. So when they're inevitably garbage, they still win because they're playing shit teams. And by the time they wake up,
yeah.
that's when they play the good ones.
I did see a stat where the last time the Bengals won their week 1 game, they won the Super Bowl. So.
Okay.
Okay.
kind of a nothing burger stat.
All right. Next game, Giants at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I'll start. I'm taking the Cowboys. They got way too much talent, I think, for Russell Wilson and one wide receiver to pass him up.
All right, counterpoint. They start Jackson Dart.
There's no
what do you
way
think
they're
now?
starting
No, I'm
Jackson
still
Dart.
taking they're not starting him, and I'm still taking the Cowboys. All right. Dak Prescott looks fine.
All right, I'm with you. I think the Cowboys are going to be a decent, like, mid-tier team.
Yeah.
No,
they
they're
can
going to be
score
secret
points.
OP. I can sense it.
Maybe. I mean, that's been their thing, is they can score a lot, but they can't defend, and then they can't win in the playoffs. So it's not a bad take. Not bad to take them in the regular season. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys too. Giants suck.
Moving on, we got Bears at Lions, and this is my upset of the week. I'm taking Chicago to win, furthering my Detroit downfall take.
I'm taking
That's a
Lions.
great take. That's a great take. The Lions are at the lowest they've
No.
been. Right now, it's like the lowest
I
they've
think
been.
it's a great
in, like,
upset call,
last
Tim. I
2
think it's a
years.
great one.
I do think it's gonna be a close game, but I think both teams are gonna show up, and I think it's gonna be a good, solid game. And I still think the Lions are gonna win, and they're gonna look better than last week.
That's the
The
fan in
Bears
him.
might also do that, you know?
That's why I said they're both going to show up, and it's going to be a close game, but the Lions are going to win.
All right, I'm going to take Tim's take and just flip it on its head, and the Bears win the close game.
Fuck you.
All right, next game, Rams at Titans.
I don't care. Rams, I guess.
Okay, man,
Yeah.
relax.
Cam Ward, but he looked, like you said, he looked okay.
It's the Titans.
His
You give me
team
the
kind of let him
Rams.
down, like a lot. But
True.
the Rams didn't look pretty either with their win. But I'm gonna take the Rams.
All right, Patriots at Dolphins. This is the unanimous mid-off of the week. I did have a different one. I'm changing it to this because this is going to be mid.
Honestly, it's so mid. I think we skip picking.
Patriots, Dolphins. I'm down for that.
Move on.
Cool.
You guys know what we'd pick. 49ers at Saints.
The Saints are just a lock to lose every game this season, right?
Yeah, I'm picking 49ers.
Dolphins
That's a
and
rattler, though.
Saints absolutely fighting for number
Saints
one.
played better than expected.
They
Still.
did.
And
It's
Brock
true.
Purdy, I heard, might be injured, and they got George Kittle out.
Yep.
So,
There's a lot of personnel
look
on the
close, not gonna lie.
49ers out. This was my original mid-off of the week. Because
I just
I figured there'd be so much personnel lost with 49ers, but I don't think it's going to be enough for them to lose to the Saints.
the
With-
Saints are
led by
so bad.
Rat-
Like they
Spencer
did play better
Rattler.
than expected, but like they've got to be. Oh, the 49ers finally cut Jake Moody today. I don't know if anyone saw
Oh,
that.
really?
Holy moly.
holy
Yes, they finally
crap.
cut him. So
This is huge
and
news.
Kittle's on the IR, like you said. Yeah, no, it's not good. Injuries are somehow they always have this every year. Their injuries are brutal, but
They got a
I don't
bunch
know.
of
I'm gonna go
unks,
with
bro.
the 49ers. Pretty easy.
All right. And for the unanimous game of the week, I'm just joking. Bills at Jets. Who do you guys got?
All right, I got a sneaky Jets win this week. Sneaky Jets win.
Wait,
Yes!
Can we just take the... Okay, the Bills' defense looked shit. I'm not going to
They
lie.
did.
Even
My-
Justin Fields could chop him up a bit.
My issue though is like if the Bills are shit at defense and the Jets are shit at defense, unfortunately the Bills' offense should be better because of Josh Allen than Justin Fields and the Jets. But I'm
we
gonna
have
take the
a-
home
we have
crowd
a much better
and
interior, like a defensive line than the Ravens. I feel.
I just think that
So,
the Jets are
insane.
gonna figure a little bit out on defense. Aaron Glenn's gonna be like, you guys get your shit together, or else, or something like that.
Yes,
I don't know.
but way more fucking angry.
yeah. So we're gonna go with the Jets. I like Josh Allen. I just gonna go against him here.
I'm at a crossroads because I hate the Bills. But if the Jets beat the Bills, then that makes the Ravens' loss even more humiliating.
And the Jets are then better than the Ravens.
That's not how football works, and you know that.
Tim has said this every time.
But
But Tim, what if this year the Jets are just an above average team?
possible. Here's my
What?
final verdict. Here's my final verdict. The Bills-Ravens rivalry is real. And I could not bear myself to hope that the Bills win, so I'm going to take the Jets.
All right, unanimous Jets sighting here, everybody. Let's go. We're conjuring up that good energy. This has never happened in a Onside Takes episode for the Jets. Holy moly. Seahawks at Steelers. Ooh, I don't know.
I hope
It's kind of two
Seahawks.
gross teams
Yeah.
together. Like
Loki could be a
it's-
mid-off.
it's not
True.
Neither one's like fun, but like they're not like the worst team ever. I think the Steelers win because the Seahawks looked bad. Sam
Yeah.
Darnold fumble to end the fucking game.
They had no momentum.
Yeah, I'm taking the
Classic
Steelers.
moves. Yeah.
Guys, I
Deer
forgot
in the
one of my most
headlights.
important points this week for the Jets segment was that
Aaron Rodgers played better with the Steelers.
No, Aaron Rodgers has once again led the Jets to a loss.
Yeah. Did you see that? I thought it was funny the press conference. So like, how did it feel to beat your old team? And he's like, it was good. Like, I'm glad I did because like, kind of just like throwing shade at the Jets, but it's like you
that
were there
pissed
for
me
2
off.
years, took their money, made them get all your friends.
He said,
And then-
quote, I was happy to beat everyone associated with the Jets organization, end quote.
Yeah. He
You
made
tear
it
your
seem like he
Achilles,
was
we
like
give you another
the
year. Bring
victim.
in
Yeah.
Devontae for you. You do fuck all for the whole year. Get us 5 wins. We're moving in a different direction. Petty
Yeah.
old man.
I mean, he sucks, let's be honest, as a person. So it's not
True.
surprising. Steelers.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
Steelers, yeah. Browns at Ravens. Tim, who you taking?
This is going to be really uncomfortably close. I can't lie. Obviously, I'm taking the Ravens, though.
You don't think it's gonna be like a comeback game? Or
The
they
Browns
just
beat the
put
Ravens.
Ravens
down?
legend Joe Flacco versus Ravens legend Lamar Jackson. Who do you have, Tim?
They played in the playoffs, actually, I'm pretty sure.
They did.
They did.
2
years ago.
Last year, 2 years
Yeah.
ago. So I guess it would be 2 years ago now. I mean, come on. The Ravens are going to win.
Ravens win.
Yeah, I can't pick the Browns. I can't do it. Ravens are gonna bounce back this week.
Broncos at Colts.
This could be a fun one.
It
This
could.
is actually a sneaky good game.
This is Daniel Jones. This is his test. His was last week real?
This is a huge
Moment.
tone-setting game for Daniel Jones. If
And
he,
honestly,
if he
for Bo
wins,
Nix, though,
if the
too.
Colts win,
True.
holy shit, both of those teams' attitudes are going to change completely for the season.
Whichever team wins is definitely like, oh, we got something here. And the one that loses is like, shit. Maybe this shit's bad.
I'm a bad person, but I'm gonna pick the Colts. I'm a terrible person.
Oh,
Who did the Broncos play last week?
They played the
Titans.
Titans with a brand new QB.
I'm gonna go Broncos because their defense is better.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Their defense is
Defense
solid,
is
so I'm gonna go
really
with the
good.
Broncos. Their offense is gonna pull through enough.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say the main upside
actually, I
of
changed
the
my mind. The
Colts
Broncos are
is
gonna
the
win.
rushing ability, and
Forgot
I
there's two
think
sides of a
the
ball.
front four for the Broncos will shut it down. So give me the Broncos, even though I want the Colts to win. Spice things up. Panthers at Cardinals. This is Caleb's upset of the week.
Yeah, our boy Bryce. Bryce Young. It wasn't a good week. Was not a good week. We hyped him up. He played terrible. Not epic, but don't worry because he's playing the Cardinals and Murray. So Murray is going to get cooked by Bryce Young this week. Upset of the week is hitting. This
I'm
week.
done
It's
believing
hitting.
in Bryce Young. I believed in him for like 2 weeks when I drafted him as my third string in fantasy, and now I don't believe in him after week 1. So Cardinals win.
Wow.
Yeah, give me Murray. My boy Murray. I'm sorry, Bryce, but I gotta go with him. Up next, we got Eagles at Chiefs. This is Tim's game of the week.
I think there are plenty of other
Super Bowl
games that
rematch.
can be good. It's a Super Bowl rematch. You just automatically get game of the week. I'm sorry.
Low key, Eagles win by 12, bro. Low key.
Actually, I don't even know who I want to win. Both options are bad in my mind. Because I don't want the Eagles to be too high, but I also don't want the Chiefs. Maybe Chiefs? Just to shit on Eagles fans for winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think that the Chiefs are not ready for this game at this point in the season.
Yeah.
And the Eagles,
completely valid.
wow, I don't they kind of let the Cowboys kind of play the game for a little while, but I don't see it happening.
Eagles
so
don't know
I'm
how
gonna
to
go with
play
the
against
Eagles.
zone defense, and Cowboys only ran zone defense. So I guess if the Chiefs want to win, they'll run zone defense and just shut down all the receivers for the Eagles. So,
Eagles are gonna win.
yeah, but give me the Eagles. All right, we got Falcons at Vikings. Sorry. And this is Caleb's game of the week and Tim's upset of the week.
Hell yeah! This is Sunday night football. Oh my god!
This is
Yep,
gonna be
no
a good game. I
biases
can't
here.
lie.
This is slight bias to the Vikings, but I think the Falcons are a decent team and the Vikings are a decent team, so I think it's a valid game of the week. I don't like the Chiefs and I don't like the Eagles, so that's why I don't need to see the Super Bowl matchup. It's okay. I can live without it. But I can't live without the Vikings and the Falcons, so that's why it's the game of the week. And of course, I think it's gonna be a close one. But I
Who's
don't think
the
the Falcons
upset
are
for?
there yet.
Is it the
Falcons?
are the upset?
It's at the Vikings, so probably Falcons over the Vikings is the upset.
Okay.
It's like the line is like 5.5, which is honestly surprising. They're giving the Vikings a lot
Michael
more credit
Penix,
than.
I thought played pretty good.
Yeah, he played last year a little bit, and he's playing this year, and I think they're going to be decent, but I think our defense is better than theirs, so hopefully that makes up
Yeah,
for
but
anything
the
on
Vikings
the
have Kyle
offensive side.
Pitts.
We do not have Kyle Pitts.
That's tough. Falcons in 4.
I'm going to. I mean, this is my episode of the week. I'm taking the Falcons. I think Michael Penis Jr. has got a good season ahead of him.
ESPN did him dirty.
Low-key only taking the Falcons just to bring Kale back down to earth, so we, get just a break in the JJ McCarthy glaze.
It's like 1 week of where I love my quarterback. I mean,
yeah, that's way too much though.
All right, fine.
Just joking. All right. Tampa at Texans. Bucks at Texans. I think the Texans are going to bounce back. I think the Bucks. I think the Bucks are the safe pick, but give me the Texans. I think they're going to bounce back.
I think the Bucks is the right pick, so I'm going to go with the Bucks.
No, that's the safe pick.
I think the O-line is the garbage for the Texans. CJ Stroud didn't have any time to throw the ball.
He
wasn't throwing it to Nico Collins. I don't think necessarily CJ is bad, but I don't think the team around him is anything. I think that any wins they get this year is because he pulled it off. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks because they're proven, and we love Baker.
Do love Baker. Tim, who are you taking?
I'm taking the Bucks.
Taking the Bucks. All right, and then we got an in-division game to close it out. Chargers at Raiders.
Big one.
Low key could decide the fate of this division.
I'm taking
Has
Chargers.
implications.
But Tim, you were just hyping up the Raiders so much.
Yeah, but I am hyping up the Chargers more.
So funny enough, I said the Raiders couldn't do it, but I'm actually going to take them in this game.
No shot.
So here's the thing. The Chargers, they always have moments every year that you're like, wow, they're actually really good.
They
They make
do.
the playoffs, and then they do nothing. And it's like the organization. It's not necessarily a hate on Justin Herbert or
Jim.
or the coach, or Jim, but I just think that the Raiders might have a surprise for us. In division, you never know what's going to happen. The Raiders are the best they've been in years. It could be a surprising game. And starting 2-0 for the Raiders could spur something, actually.
True. I am going to take the Raiders as the switch up again. I took the Texans. I'm taking the Raiders. That's my thought process.
2 Monday night games. It's pretty fun.
Holy moly. The split screen's coming out. All right. That will conclude our league thoughts in this week's episode. Stay tuned for next week when we come back and listen to more glaze about JJ McCarthy and hear Tim rant more. Even though he's going to get a win this time.
Trust, please, dear. I'm just not going to appear on the podcast next week if we lose. Fuck it.
You're contracted to, Tim. You can't. You can't miss.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. As always, stay awesome and see you next time.
Peace.
Yo.